Hello and welcome back to this course. In our previous video, we have discussed about the data output stream class, and in this video, we will discuss about the data input stream class. So let's see what is data input stream class. First of all, you can see in the hierarchy that data input stream class is present in the hierarchy, and it is the child class of the filter input stream class. So let's see what is data input stream class and what type of methods are present in this class. So data input stream class lets an application read primitive Java data types from the underlying input stream in a machine independent way. In the same way, we can read primitive data from the file using the data input stream class, and definitely data input stream class extends the filter input stream class. We know about that. Next, these are the methods that are present in the data input stream class. There are a bunch of methods that we can use in the data input stream class. First of all, we have the read method. This method reads some number of bytes from the contained input stream and store them into the buffered array B. So whenever we want to read some bytes of data from the file, we use this version of the read method, and we stored that in an array of byte type. Next, we have the overloaded version of the read method, in which you have an array of byte type and an integer variable of and then integer variable length. So this method reads up to length byte of data from the contained input stream into the array of bytes. We know this method very well. Next, we have the read boolean method. So this method reads one input byte and returns true if the byte is non-zero, false if the byte is 0. So this method reads the boolean type of value in the file, and if the byte is non-zero, then it returns true, and if the byte is 0, then it returns the false. Next, we have the read byte method. This method reads and returns one input byte. Next, we have the read character. Definitely, this method reads two input bytes and return a character value. Again, read double method that help us to read 8 input bytes and return a double value. Next, we have the read float method. This method reads 4 byte and returns a float value. Next, we have the read fully. So this method reads some bytes of data from the input stream and stores them into the buffer array B. So this method is same as the read method, help us to read some bytes of data and store in the array of byte type in the buffer. Next, we have the overloaded version of the read fully method. This method reads ln bytes from the input stream basically. Next, we have the read int method. So this method reads 4 input bytes and return an integer value. Then we have read long method. This method reads 8 input bytes and return a long value. Next, we have read short. This method reads 2 input bytes and return a short value. Next, we have the read unsigned byte. So this method returns one input byte, 0 extends to its type int and return the result, which is therefore in the range of 0 to 255. So this method returns the unsigned byte. Its range is from 0 to 55. Next, we have the read unsigned short. This method helps us to read 2 input bytes and return an integer value in the range of 0 through 65,535. This is the range. Next, we have the read UTF method. UTF is nothing, just the coding scheme. This method reads in a string that has been encoded using a modified UTF-8 format. Next, we have the read UTF method, which is the static method. So this method reads the stream in a representation of Unicode character string encoded in the modified UTF-8 format. This string of characters is then returned as a string. Just simple. Next, we have the skip bytes. This method makes an attempt to skip over n bytes of data from the input stream, discarding the skip bytes. So whenever we want to skip some bytes of data from input stream, we use the skip bytes method. So these are a bunch of methods that are present in the data input stream class. So let's write our code now, and it means to read data from the file. So in our previous video, we have write this code. So first of all, I just remove these lines from here. Okay. and I also change the file input also I change here input, and input also import the file input stream class and the data input stream class. Okay, after that I type here. Okay, so I change the program a little bit. First of all, I check here int c equals to, I check here. Okay, I change the reference here. First of all, fin. Okay, so fin dot available. I call this method. After that, I type here byte, declare an array with the name b equals to new byte, and in here I type this c. Okay, also I change here fin. Okay, now after that I want to read data, so I type here data dot read. I type here b. Okay, and after that I use the for each loop here. Byte, I type here b1 colon b system dot out dot print ln, and I print here the character, and also I type here b1. Okay, and also change the method to print. Okay, so now if I run my program, you will see I want to become a Java developer is printed on the console. We have write this file data in the file. In my previous video, you can see here I love to become a Java developer is present in the file. So in this way we can read data from the file using the data input stream class. So I hope that you understand. Anyhow, if you feel any problem by understanding the methods or the classes of the file handling, you can definitely ask me a question. I am always here to help you. Now you can use the other methods like read int, read float to read different type of data from the file. So that's it for this video. I will see you in next video.